Hello, vinyl community. Dave the Pickup Artist with you for another round of Psychedelic Sunday, where the cost of one admission is your mind. Well, I'm going to start off with a wacky one. I've got an album, one of those one and done albums from a guy named Joseph. We've got Stoned Age Man. Stoned Age Man. And the artist, like I said, is Joseph. Joseph was a guitar player that got discovered by the head of this label. The label is Skeptor Records. And according to this guy,
I love Dave.
He says, I saw Joseph in Houston, Texas. He was on stage in what was publicized as a battle of the blues guitars. Now, there were two other guitar players. One was B.B. King, and the other one was T-Bone Walker. And Joseph, his full name was Joseph Long, apparently. And he, after the show, he was immediately signed on to this label, and they put this album out. The second track, we got I Ain't Fattening No More Frogs for Snakes. What the hell?
I don't like being in this hole. My soul is getting cold. The ground will be shaking when I come up breaking. I ain't got no big healthy frog for snakes. And I ain't lying, baby.
And the third track is called Cold Biscuits and Fish Heads.
Cold biscuit and fish head. I ain't bragging or complaining. Believe what I say. All I need today. Cold biscuits and my fish head. You better believe what I said.
Then side one closes out with the title track, Stone Age Man. And it's also interesting on side two, we've got two covers. We got a cover of House of the Rising Sun.
Way down in New Orleans. But I'm gonna tell your children, who's gotta do what I've done. Spend your life in sin misery in the house of the rising sun.
Rob's not gay, his boyfriend is.
What I feel, don't you know it's dragging me down? Bills need paying, boss keeps saying, ain't working hard enough. Now I find myself unwinding.
But it's great psych, blues, yeah, and there's great keyboard on here too. I don't know who plays the keyboard. Obviously, they don't say who the. Maybe he played keyboard, but the keyboard's very good too, and of course the guitar's great. Stoned Aged Man. Next, I've got a couple of albums from a UK psych folk band that was very influential on bands like Led Zeppelin, among others. I've got two albums here. The first one is called Wee Tam, and the second one is called The Big Huge. Now, why am I showing these together? Well, because in the UK, these two albums were just put out as one double album. And here in the States, we've got the two albums, Wee Tam and The Big Huge. The Big Huge was this very big man that the pair of these guys encountered in their travels.
The cobbler, the maiden, the mender and the maker, the sickener and the twitcher and the glad undertaker, the shepherd of willows, the harper and the archer.
It is a great, both albums are great. One thing the double album has that this one doesn't, it has a inner sleeve that's got poems by, I believe it's Mike Heron. And at this point, this is their fourth album, or albums, if you will. And it's basically Mike Heron and Robin Williamson at this point. Their original member, one of their original members, left after the first album. Did bring in some other players like Licorice on percussion. I think her name was Licorice. And yeah, this has got some great, everything string. A lot of sitar on these. I don't know which one of these I like better, but they're both really good. And they both have kind of like the same back cover. Jimmy Page liked these guys so much, I think he wrote a song around the same time called White Summer. It sounds very much like the Incredible String Band, and he wrote it, well, he was in the Yardbirds when he wrote it. And around the same time those albums came out. This is 68. And these albums are on Elektra. One of them even has the original Elektra sleeve. That was their fourth album. I'm looking for their first album and their third album, which is called The Hangman's Beautiful Daughter. But I do have their best album, which I believe, and a lot of people think, is this one. The 5,000 Spirits, or The Layers of the Onion.
Escape like a fortress, dissolve it away.
That's quite a title and quite an album cover. This album is featured in the big book, the Psychedelic Bible, and it is great. It's more psychedelic. They're playing everything, sitars and antique stuff, anything with strings. These guys were masters at. Yeah, Mike Heron and Robin Williamson. They were selling out shows too. I mean, they were selling out like the Fillmore when they came to the United States. They would sell out the Fillmore, and a lot of people went to see these guys. And yeah, and they put out several albums after those too. The next one I have is a band called Graffiti. This was kind of a boss town. Well, not really boss town. They were originally from Washington, D.C., and they moved to the Greenwich Village area. Graffiti. This is Psych Prog.
Directly to the nasty people. aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
Somebody showed this. I think Vinyl Richie or somebody showed this, but I think they showed a different pressing. This one is a Sunday's reissue. We've got some photos of the band on the inner cover and some lyrics. I believe that, yeah, lyrics, song lyrics. Really good stuff. Graffiti. Initially, they were called the Hangmen. They changed the name to Graffiti in 1968. And this particular album is on colored vinyl. Clear, I don't know what you'd call that. And the hype sticker. This is, a kaleidoscope blend of styles and influences. Proto-prog pioneers, Graffiti's Soul 1968 album is a heady and adventurous experience with ever-shifting elements of jazz, fuzz guitar, blues rock, and psychedelia. And that's what we're about here. Rock. Next up, I've got Ill Wind. This is a reissue, and this is a Bosstown band, one of the premier Bosstown bands.
Talk about a truly inspirational public figure named
Dave the Pickup Artist. And the album is called Flashes, 1968. And this is another band with a female singer. And on the front cover, they compare this band to all the great female-led psychedelic bands from the day. Jefferson Airplane, The Growing Concern, Yankee Dollar, a band I'm not familiar with, and The Peanut Conspiracy, which I showed a couple of weeks ago, and I have to definitely agree with that one. The lady in this band sounds a lot like the lady in The Peanut Butter Conspiracy. And they both sound a lot like Mama Cass, which gives it a little bit of a kind of a Mama Cass sound, but this is Psych. Now you put this album on, and the first track, it opens with a track called Walking and Singing, which is a bit of a wanker track to open the album with. I would have stuck that song on the side 2 or left it off, but it was actually released, they released it as a single too, so they liked it. And this band came from folk roots, but with the exception of that opening song, this is psychedelic. And then we get into the second track, which is called People of the Night, which is a very cool psychedelic jam type song. Side 2 We got High Flying Bird, which is a track that the Airplane did a lot. And this was in the Acid Archives also. And you got a very cool booklet that tells us everything we need to know about this band. And there's also a, if you go on YouTube and run a search on Ill Wind, you'll eventually run into an interview that some guy did with the drummer, the original drummer named David Kinsman.
And these houses were vacant, and they were too big for, you know, single families, but they were perfect for rock and roll bands. And
Yes.
so Ted was playing with the Chameleon Church.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Chevy Chase was in that band.
You're right.
And Tony Shuren. And I think a couple members of Ultimate Spinach might have been in that house too. Yeah, they were right next door.
It's on YouTube, and he talks about how the band opened. Now these guys opened. They were regulars at the Boston Tea Party, but they'd also opened for the big bands that would come through that played the Boston Tea Party, like the Who and yeah, Ill Wind. I once got ill wind from eating at Chipotle's. I brought up Led Zeppelin. White Summer by Jimmy Page. He does a great version of White Summer on this DVD that came out about 20 years ago. This is like a godsend for Led Zeppelin fans. Got their a DVD one is their Royal Albert Hall show from '70, and he does a great version of White Summer on it. And this has got plenty of extras. We've got interviews. There's even an interview with Bonzo.
It wasn't, you didn't really bother what you were listening to.
Yeah.
And today, it's not what you are, it's what you're playing. And
Well, this is interesting. We've heard that.
Interview with Bonzo, which you never see. And it's got the Madison Square Garden show from 1973. It's got the tracks that weren't on the live album. The song remains the same. We've got an Earl's Court show from 75. And we've got Nebworth, 1979. We've got that concert on here too. Well, the Old Grey Whistle Test and some promos and European TV show appearances where they would have to lip sync, which is very interesting. And this is, if you're a Led Zeppelin fan and you don't have this, you need to get it. It's very cool. We've got the booklet and all that. And I believe this came out about 20 years ago. It doesn't seem like it, but around the same time, they also put out a set called How the West Was Won that was really good too. But yes, I had not seen the new IMAX Led Zeppelin. And that's all I've got. I'll see you again next week, everyone. Take care.
Spoke directly to the nasty people. I bet you got pushed around. Somebody made you cold. But the cycle ends right now because you can't lead
The pickup artist.
me down that road. Thank you, Ted.
The pickup artist.
Keep the faith.